Okay, guys here on the right toward the front. You're right.
Jared McDonald from the Charleston Gazette-Mail. For both of you guys, that 14-0 run that they went on in the first half, you guys were never able to, catch back up after that. I guess, what did you see going wrong during that stretch, and how costly was that for you guys?
It just came out and played harder than us, that energy. Obviously they're a really good team. They can make shots. They're really good in the pick and roll game because, they got a guy named KJ Adams who can put his chin on the rim. And they got good passes. Dwan Harris can really pass the ball. If you come out with no energy and, or lack of energy, they're going to make you pay for sure.
Okay, let's go to the left.
Luke Blaine, Daily Athenaeum. This is for both of you. This is the third loss to Kansas on the year. How does having not much success against one team really affect your confidence going into the NCAA tournament? It doesn't.
It's the number one team in the country, to be honest with you. So it doesn't really affect confidence.
We never lack confidence.
You got to match their intensity. That's all it is.
Okay, we'll go on the right again.
Eric, obviously Harris is a very good defender. What do you see from him now, facing him 3 times this year that makes him so elite on that side of the ball?
He makes up for his lack of size, if you will, with good instincts and great hands defensively. If you beat him, you don't really beat him because he loves the back tap. He did that to me. I think he did it to me twice. I got a foul call once. The first time ended up in a dunk for him. He's really good at that. He's got guys around him that are good defenders as well. So as a team, they're good defensively. And Harris is just a pest on the ball for sure.
Let's go on the TV riser in the back.
Ryan Decker, Golden Blue Nation. For either of you guys, I guess, how were your legs? How was the energy? Just quick turnaround from last night. How was the team feeling?
Joe, you want to take that?
I guess you could say we're tired, and we lacked energy. That's honest, to be honest with you. They didn't really do anything too special. We just lacked energy.
Okay, here on the right side on the aisle.
Andy Mitz, Blue Wings Rising, the 10-12 Podcast Network. Even in a loss, how does this experience here in Kansas City help prepare you guys as you go to the NCAA tournament next week?
You're playing on a neutral site, which is going to be just like the tournament. We had a good crowd today. I was robbed of being in the tournament, so I can't say I have, tournament experience. But, you're playing a really good team like that. There's really good teams like that in the tournament, every game that you play. So, just playing on a neutral site, I guess, and against a really good team with, neutral crowd, if you want to call it that. You got to create your own energy. And it was hard to do that today, with how the game went.
Okay, we'll stay on the right.
For either of you guys, rebounding was a big focus heading into yesterday's game. They outscored you 16-2 in second chance points today. Was that just, fatigue or that lack of energy, or I guess what did you see in that area?
I would say it's a lack of effort. We just keep saying that. Everybody watched the game. Our energy just wasn't there today.
Closing questions for our student athletes on the TV riser in the back.
For either of you guys, I guess between now, Selection Sunday, and then hopefully the NCAA tournament after that, what's the biggest thing, I guess, in the players' minds to work on over the next week or so?
Just rest your bodies, rest your minds. I'm proud of our team. We dug ourselves out of a huge hole in this league to start, and we're going to hear our name called on Sunday. Just a matter of when and where, who we play. So we got to take care of our bodies, got to reset our minds. Now it's a 1-game season at this point.
Okay, Eric and Joe, we'll let you go back to the locker room with your. Okay, here on the right, Coach.
Coach Jared McDonald with the Charleston Gazette-Mail. They talked about that energy and effort. Do you think that was the biggest difference here today?
Yeah, without a question. I was I was concerned about it when the game started. We just didn't have that bounce. We had no bounce in our step at all.
Okay, again on the right side.
I asked Eric about DeJuan Harris. I guess what do you see from him defensively that makes him, so elite in that area of the game?
He's a good on-the-ball defender. Probably, I think we've got a lot of them in our league. Kitty's a tremendous on-the-ball defender. He's just been hurt. And Harris is good.
Okay, on the TV rise.
Coach, did you notice any difference today in what Kansas did, I guess, under Norm Roberts versus what they normally do with Bill, or is it pretty much the same standard stuff by Kansas?
I don't think they did anything different. Bill's one of the great coaches really of all time. I mean, when you stop and think about it, he's a Hall of Fame guy for a reason, and he's won countless games at Kansas there. I mean, they've been at the top of the ladder year after year after year after year. So, and he's got Joe on the bench. Joe was a head coach himself. Norm was a head coach. Probably a few more down there I can think of right now, but he's got a great staff. He does a great job. And, I think, and they're good guys. They're good guys to be around. I know I've got a great relationship with the whole staff.
And here on the right side, again on coach's right.
Coach, last year you made some comments after the game that you played against the Jayhawks about the national championship and how well the Big 12 went to perform in the tournament. How do you see the conference this year with how difficult it is being able to translate that into tournament success?
Well, I think that's a hard question to answer when we're not sure how many are getting in. I think when you look at the coaches in our league, they're great coaches. There's not a bad coach in the league. They're all terrific coaches, and they've got good players. So I think anybody in our league could make a run. I know a lot of it depends on matchups.
Go in the back.
I guess two questions here for you, Coach. I'll ask them one at a time. The first one being, I guess kind of on that note, how much did the last 2 days prepare you all for what is likely going to be an NCAA tournament run here coming up starting next week?
I would hope that next week or whenever it is that we get in the NCAA tournament, that we forget about this, as this wasn't the team that I had all year. I mean, we came out with absolutely no enthusiasm, no pep in our step. It was a bad game. It was a bad game from where I was, just trying to watch it. We just didn't play. I don't know the whys.
So then I guess, is that enthusiasm, that effort, the biggest thing that needs to improve between now and whenever you all play next, or is there something else?
I don't know. We were practice-wise, we did very little strenuous things. And we kind of walked through the people we were going to play there. We walked through what they ran offensively. we kind of went through what we thought they would do anyways defensively. And I didn't want, coming off of the run that we had to end the conference season, they were tired. And so I purposely didn't do hardly anything at all with them. Strenuous. We walked through things, we looked at film, we did those kind of things, but and actually, I guess, yesterday we were pretty good. Today we were horrible. Just had we had no enthusiasm, no fire to us whatsoever.
Okay, we'll take 2 more questions for Coach. Here on the right, Coach's right.
Jumping back to Coach Self, I imagine you guys are pretty busy today, but have you had a chance to speak with him at all, or do you have any plans to?
No, he's in the hospital. No, I haven't. I plan on calling him. I kind of need to find out from his guys when's a good time. I don't want to make a call or do whatever that's not in his best interest. I want to do what's in his best interest. And I'm sure, at some point in time we'll talk. He and I talk. So I just I've been through those things, and it's not any fun, and especially I think it'd be really hard for Bill this time of year, because of them trying to make another run for a national championship, and him being in the state that he's in now. I would think that'd be very difficult on him. He's a great competitor, a tremendous competitor.
Okay, last question, front row left side.
Bob Dennis, CBS Sports. You just started to answer it, but you had your own health issue at one point. How do you, prioritize your own mortality versus, I just want to get back to my guys? Or does somebody have to tell you to slow down? Or how did you do it?
I'm not a very good listener. They told me come up here and be honest. Well, I'm being honest. I'm not a very good listener. It comes to there are times when you really don't have any choice, and I went through that. I had no choice. I was in a hospital with a whole bunch of tubes, and somebody coming in seemed like every 15 minutes and sticking me with something, and so I want Bill to get well. I want to say as soon as he can, but really I think what I need to say, or I mean to say, is that I want him to come out of there the way he's always been. So, if that makes sense.
All right, Coach, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.